guys, welcome to Talking Money with Nuzi, personal finance made simple. Today I'm going to be talking about a hot topic. Which is better, renting a place to stay or buying a home? Let's get started. Have you ever thought about where your beliefs about buying versus renting a home come from? The truth is that many people decide to buy homes based on belief systems that were given to them by society. Because people praise those who buy homes and renters are looked at as losers or failures, right? Let me talk about the myths of renting versus buying and why these myths can actually lead you in the wrong direction. Myth number one is that renting means you're just paying for your landlord's home loan. This myth has made so many people buy a house before they were actually ready because it makes them think they are being robbed while someone else is benefiting from their rent. This myth comes from a misunderstanding of how profitable real estate is or is not. Some people think that if a landlord owns a flat that costs them about 5,000 Rand a month, then they just add 10% on top of that and make a killing. But that's not how it works. Your landlord can only charge you market-related rent. If they charge rent that is above market prices, the tenant will simply leave and find somewhere else cheaper to stay. And in many cases, this means that the landlord cannot even cover the expenses from just the rental payment. Many times, they have to pay from their own pockets. So it is not always absolutely true that by renting, you are paying your landlord's home loan. Myth number two is if you're renting, then it means you're throwing away money because you've got nothing to show for it. This is one of those things that sound good, but it actually doesn't make sense if you think about it. How is renting throwing away money when you've got a roof over your head? How is it throwing away money when you've got a place to rest your head and be safe, when you're getting utility out of it? And by the way, we get utility from many things that we pay for, but we don't have anything to show for. For example, when you buy a steak at your favorite restaurant, have you thrown away your money because after eating, there's nothing to show for it? Or when you pay for your kids to go to Gold Reef City, or when you go to the movies with your kids, have you thrown away money because after those activities, you've got nothing to show for it? Nobody thinks like this when it comes to other things that they pay for, right? Except for rent. But it's the same concept with renting. You are paying for a service and you're getting exactly what you're paying for. Nothing more, nothing less. The truth is, there is nothing wrong with buying versus renting a home as long as you buy for the right reasons and you are ready. The decision to rent or buy a home depends on many things like your financial situation, not the financial situations of other people. It depends on your lifestyle, not other people's lifestyles. It depends on your long-term plans, not other people's long-term plans. Guys, we've got to learn to think independently. In many cases, the best decision you can make, depending on your situation, is to rent the place where you live. And then in other cases, the best decision is to buy. Don't allow yourself to be bullied and pressured into making decisions that are going to cripple you financially. Here are some things to think about when deciding whether you should rent or buy. First, you have to think about your affordability. Renting in general is more affordable than buying a home because you don't need a massive deposit, initiation fees, transfer duties, bond registration costs, etc. But over the long term, owning a home can be more cost effective because you are building equity. Equity is the difference between the home's market value and the outstanding balance of what you are owing for the property. Second, you have to think about flexibility. Renting gives you more flexibility because you can move more easily to a cheaper place, or if you're relocating to another city, another province, or even another country. But owning a home requires more commitment and it is more difficult to move. Third, think about maintenance and upkeep. If you buy a home, you are responsible for rent and taxes, insurance, levies, and maintenance. These things can be time-consuming and expensive as well. When you rent, most of these costs fall to the landlord. The fourth thing to think about is financial stability. Buying a home costs a lot of money, so it's important to have a stable income and a good credit score. Also, your housing costs must not be more than 30% of your income. This means that your bond, levies, rates and taxes, insurance, etc. cannot eat up more than 30% of your salary. Renting can be a more practical option, especially if you're still starting in your career, your income is too low, and you haven't built up a good credit score, or you are not sure if you're still going to be living in the same place in the future. So ultimately, the decision to rent or buy depends on your personal circumstances and financial goals. It is important to carefully weigh all the factors before making a decision. Okay guys, that's it for today's video. If you have any comments or questions about renting versus buying, please type them in the comment section below and I'll get back to you. Please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching guys. I'm going to see you in the next video.